Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon. Emily Simpson points out red flags as Jennifer Pedrantis flaunts huge engagement ring in final teaser. Season 18 of The Real Housewives of Orange County is ending, and Jennifer Pedrantis is going out with a bang. Despite the negativity surrounding her relationship with Ryan Boyajian, the couple had the last laugh in the final. After returning from the drama-filled cast trip to London with the other women, the pair jetted off to the Bahamas for a short getaway, and Ryan surprised the RHOC star by putting a ring on it. In the snippet for what's to come, Jen is excited to share the news of her engagement. She flaunts her massive ring to Emily Simpson, Shannon Beater, and Gina Kirschenheiter during their first meetup since the cast trip. However, not everyone is convinced that the couple should be tying the knot as rumors continue to swirl about Ryan. In her confessional, Emily points out red flags in their relationship, while Gina reasons that since Jen is in debt, the money used to purchase her giant sparkler could have been better spent elsewhere. Jen Pedrantis flaunts massive engagement ring in the RHOC final teaser. Jen has been showing up and showing out for the past few episodes, having dragged Tamra Judge during a tense confrontation in London. However, the spotlight is still on the second season housewife as the final teaser shows her rocking a new sparkler. In the clip, she meets with Emily, Gina, and Shannon for an axe-throwing outing, and they congratulate the newly engaged RHOC star after they spot the massive diamond ring on her finger. "Ryan and I went to the Bahamas after London," says Jen in her confessional. "It was like slow-mo when he got down on one knee, and it was just yes, yes, yes." However, despite declaring their happiness for the blonde beauty, Gina and Emily throw shade at the couple in their confessionals. Emily sees red flags in Jen and Ryan's relationship. The clip goes to Emily as she responds to the news of Ryan and Jen's engagement. "I do think Ryan treats Jen well, but I do think that maybe there's some red flags," she admits. Meanwhile, Gina is still bitter about how things played out months prior when she used her real estate resources to settle Jen into a pricey rental. The 47-year-old was later evicted from the property for owing thousands in unpaid rent, which affected Gina's relationship with the realtor. "I'm so happy for her, and I hope it genuinely works out," says Gina in her confessional. "But instead of a ring like this, couldn't he just have given her the rent?" In a dramatic twist for the finale of The Real Housewives of Orange County, Emily Simpson's keen observations and a massive engagement ring stirred the pot in classic Housewives fashion. The stage was set as the cast prepared to celebrate a glamorous event hosted by Heather Dubrow at her stunning mansion, complete with lavish decor, crystal chandeliers, and enough champagne to fuel a season's worth of drama. But it wasn't just the glitz and glamour that captivated everyone's attention. Jennifer Pedrantis' sparkling new rock, nestled on her ring finger, took center stage. The whispers began as soon as Jennifer walked through the door, her hand barely staying still enough to prevent the diamond from catching everyone's eye. She looked like she was floating, a woman in love and fresh off a proposal that seemed to complete her storyline in a picture-perfect way. Her ring was enormous, tastefully bold, and a clear declaration of commitment. But Emily Simpson was not convinced this fairy tale was as it seemed. Emily, sharp and observant as ever, was the first to notice that something about Jennifer's recent engagement felt off, and she wasn't about to let her friend get swept up in the romance without a reality check. Emily took a measured breath, watching as Jennifer basked in the admiration of the other ladies. Is this real love or something much more complicated? Emily wondered. It was her friend's heart on the line, and Emily had seen enough red flags to make her question the nature of this whirlwind engagement. As Heather Dubrow approached Jennifer, her eyes wide and lips curling into a warm smile, she exclaimed, "Jennifer, that ring. It's breathtaking." Jennifer's eyes sparkled as she lifted her hand for everyone to see, reliving the proposal story for the fourth time that evening. "We were at this cozy restaurant, you know, intimate but elegant, and suddenly he pulls out this ring, and before I even know what's happening, he's down on one knee." Jennifer beamed, her face lighting up as if the moment were happening all over again. The other women cheered, but Emily remained contemplative, sipping her drink as her mind replayed conversations she'd had with Jennifer over the past few months. Jennifer's relationship had been rocky, with more than a few ups and downs, and Emily couldn't shake the nagging feeling that this engagement was an attempt to sweep unresolved issues under the rug. Was Jennifer rushing into something to feel secure? And was her new fiancé really the man who could make her happy, or was he just saying all the right things? Emily leaned in, offering Jennifer a congratulatory smile, but her words carried an edge of skepticism. "Jen, I'm so happy for you. But you know, when things move so quickly, sometimes we don't see things clearly." She gave her friend a pointed look, careful not to seem overly confrontational, but wanting her concern to be clear. Jennifer's laughter was light, but there was a hint of tension in her eyes as she responded. "Emily, I know what you're thinking, but this is real. I've never felt this way about anyone before. He's different." Heather, catching wind of the subtle tension, diplomatically changed the subject, but it was too late. Emily had already planted the seed of doubt in Jennifer's mind. Jennifer smiled and carried on with the party, but every now and then she'd glance over her shoulder at Emily, as if trying to decipher the meaning behind her friend's cautious words. In a quieter moment, Emily found herself alone with Tamra Judge, who had been quietly watching the evening's drama unfold. They shared a knowing glance. "Tamra, I just can't shake this feeling," Emily began, her voice hushed. "I want Jen to be happy, but something's not right. He's been so smooth, you know." Tamra raised an eyebrow, her sharp gaze settling on Jennifer's fiancé, who was chatting animatedly with Heather and Gina Kirschenheiter by the bar. "Smooth, huh?" she mused. "That's one way to put it. I've seen that type before. Good on the surface, all charm. But underneath?" Tamra shook her head, her voice trailing off ominously. Emily knew Tamra was speaking from experience. She'd seen her fair share of whirlwind romances in Orange County, and she understood how quickly they could implode. "You think I should say something to her?" Emily asked, searching Tamra's face for guidance. Tamra considered this, her gaze unwavering. "I think you have to, Emily. She deserves honesty. But it's a delicate situation. She's on cloud 9 right now, and if you're not careful, she'll feel like you're just trying to bring her down." Emily nodded, understanding the fine line she'd need to walk. She had no intention of sabotaging Jennifer's happiness, but she also couldn't let her friend ignore potential red flags just because she was blinded by love. Finally, as the evening drew to a close, Emily took a moment to pull Jennifer aside, her voice soft but earnest. "Jen, I need you to hear me out. I'm happy for you, truly, but I also worry. You've been through so much, and I just want to make sure you're not rushing into this because it feels safe." Jennifer's face shifted, the glow of her engagement momentarily overshadowed by uncertainty. "I know you're just trying to protect me, Em," she replied, her voice wavering. "But this is different. I'm sure of it." Emily nodded, respecting her friend's conviction but feeling no less uneasy. "Just promise me you'll take your time. Love should be a marathon, not a sprint. And remember, if something doesn't feel right, it's okay to take a step back." Jennifer offered her a grateful smile, nodding in agreement, but Emily could tell her words hadn't entirely landed. Jennifer was in love, swept up in the romance of it all, and Emily knew she could only do so much to protect her. The rest was up to Jennifer. As the evening wound down, Emily watched Jennifer from across the room, her hand still glinting with that massive diamond ring, her laughter carrying through the air. She wanted to believe that her friend's love story would be the exception, that Jennifer would find the happiness she deserved without the heartbreak. But in her gut, Emily knew that in Orange County, happy endings were rare and red flags were rarely wrong. The finale wrapped with Emily's voice-over, tinged with an almost prophetic worry. "Love can be blinding, especially in the beginning, and sometimes the hardest thing to see is what's right in front of us." As the screen faded to black, viewers were left with a lingering sense of suspense, knowing that the questions Emily raised could shape the storyline for the next season. Would Jennifer's engagement stand the test of time? Or would Emily's instincts prove right, uncovering a painful truth hiding beneath the glittering surface of Jennifer's fairy tale romance? Only time would tell, and in the world of the Real Housewives of Orange County, time always had a way of revealing everything.